McDonald's McNuggets. Start with chicken breast. Go ahead and cut it up into little cubes, and we're gonna blend it in batches, and we're gonna pulse it. You could use a grinder if you have one, but I don't have one. I'm guessing a lot of you don't have one. You could use a blender, works just as good. Season the meat with a bunch of salt and pepper, and then the key to shaping your nuggets is to keep your hands wet so it doesn't stick to you. So you feel me? We made a few McDonald's shapes, and we went off with some dinosaurs, made a country, and look at that. I don't know what that is. Throw it into the freezer for like 2 hours. For the dry mix, we're going to go flour, cornstarch, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, mix it up. For the wet batter, we're going to go eggs, half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and whip that up. Then once your nuggets are hard, we're going to go dry, wet, and then leave on there. And then once you do that, you're going to heat up some oil. Once it bubbles around the stick, the wood, the chopstick, throw them into the oil. Make sure they don't stick to each other. Fry them for about 2 minutes each side. Take them out, and you got chicken McNuggets. Yes, Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Start with that chicken breast, and cut it into inch-thick cubes. Approximately. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now set it into a bowl and cover it in pickle juice. That's going to be our brine. Now for the dredge, we're going to use flour, cornstarch, panko breadcrumbs, a tablespoon of powdered sugar, and a pinch of salt and pepper. Egg wash is simple. A single egg, salt and pepper, whisk it. That's your egg wash. Then after at least 20 minutes, take the chicken out of the pickle juice and dry them. And then it goes egg wash, dredge, and repeat. Do that for all the pieces of chicken. Then get our oil ready. Fill it up about under halfway for the pan. And bring it up to heat. Check with the chopstick and throw them in. Remember, if the oil gets a little too crazy, you could always turn down the heat to bring it under control. Then get your paper towel lined plate ready. After 2 or 3 minutes each side, the chicken's good. Plate it up. Serve it with some fries, and you got Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Yes, chicken quesadilla. You already know, start with chicken thighs, pat them dry, cut them into inch-thick pieces, and season with taco seasoning and a little bit of olive oil. Then shred up some Monterey Jack cheese and some cheddar cheese. Bring a pan up to heat, add in the chicken. You're going to cook those for about 5 to 8 minutes. Take it off the heat when it's done. Get a nice big 12-inch flour tortilla and put the cheese mix on, sour cream, and some salsa. You could use homemade salsa, but this can of salsa was only $2, so that's what we're running with. Put the chicken on, fold the top, bottom, and then the sides. And then into a pan, a different pan. Use a clean pan, not what I did. Put some butter in, let that melt, and then put the quesadilla on. We're going to do like 3 to 4 minutes each side until golden brown. On both sides. Cut it in half, and you got a chicken quesadilla. Yes, sir! Start with that chicken thigh, pat it dry. Get them all in a bowl. Season them all with Tabasco, cayenne, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Mix it up until it looks just like that. 2 cups of flour, cayenne, paprika, cornstarch, salt, and pepper. Mix it up. That's the flour mix. 2 eggs, buttermilk. Want to mix that up. Pour that over the chicken. Mix up the chicken, get it in there, and let it sit. Then coat the chicken very well in the flour. Spicy mayonnaise, paprika, cayenne, Tabasco. Simple. Mix. Oil in. Check that it's hot enough. Has to be hot enough. You want to hear that noise. Chicken thigh, 5 to 6 minutes each side. Golden brown. Then flip. After that, take it out just like that. Toasted brioche bun, spicy mayonnaise, both sides. Pickles. That chicken. Top it. Yes, Japanese fried chicken or chicken karage. Start that chicken thigh, you already know what's going on. Cut up into little slices. You want it to be like strips. That's how they look when you get at a restaurant. Throw into a bowl. Then into that bowl, this is going to be the marinade. Minced garlic, ginger, soy sauce, and rice wine vinegar. Mix it up and let that sit. However much time you got is perfect. Then into a bowl goes a bunch of cornstarch. This is going to be the coating for the chicken. And this is the difference in Japanese fried chicken or karage. That's why it's so much crispier, because it's only cornstarch. And when you set the chicken aside, you're going to want to avoid stacking like me. Make 1 layer. And as always, I made a mess. And into your wok pan or whatever you have, do like 1.5 inches of oil, maybe 1 inch. We're going to shallow fry these or whatever. And once it comes up to heat, check with the chopstick. If it bubbles around, it's ready. And they're done after about 5 to 7 minutes or when they're golden brown. Take them out. I had to do 2 batches. Place it onto a paper towel lined plate. Finish it with lemon. But could we appreciate this lighting real quick? God damn. Yes, Chicken thighs, pat it dry both sides. Cut it into 1 inch thick pieces and season with salt and pepper. Dry mix is flour and cornstarch. Season with salt and pepper. Mix it up so there's no patches of cornstarch. Egg wash, egg, salt, pepper, whisk it. Looks like that. Chicken goes into the egg, coat it in flour. Don't miss any part of the chicken. Rinse and repeat for the rest of the chicken. Cut some garlic and ginger, green onion, zest of an orange, and the orange juice. Get the oil hot enough, check with the chopstick, put the chicken in. 2 to 4 minutes each side max, or till golden brown. Take it out and strain the oil. Then go in with garlic, ginger, whites of a green onion, and chili flakes. Then add rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, green onion, zest of an orange, orange juice, a drizzle of sesame oil, and the cornstarch mix. Mix it up until it gets nice and thick like that. Add the chicken to the sauce, mix it up so it's nice like that. Yes, sir.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
That sounded kind of good, but bring a pot of water to a rolling boil, and then take 4 cloves of garlic, smash them, peel them, and mince it up. Then get half a stick of butter or 4 tablespoons. And you're going to want to heat up a pan. Make sure you turn on the right stove. And you're going to want that to be on a medium high heat. And let that melt down for a little bit. Then add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then add the garlic. Let that all melt together and add a cup of heavy cream. Mix that up. And then once the water becomes a rolling boil, salt it, add a large pinch of salt. And then add about 8 to 10 ounces of fettuccine. And then salt the cream with a little bit of salt and pepper. You want to be able to part the Red Sea with it. You want to see the bottom of the pan. And then add 2 cups of grated Parmesan. Mix that in there. It's going to become hella thick with like 4 C's. And then add all the noodles. You want to bring some of that water in because the sauce is hella thick. So then you're going to mix that up and the water is just going to thin out the sauce. And that's it really.
Yes,
This one's for all my broke college students. I'm going to teach you how to cook for the low. Pull up to the store, get a cup of noodles and a head of cabbage. Together that should be no more than $1. And slice it up into different sizes. You know, you want different textures. You want to be fancy without actually being fancy. Fill up your cup of noodle with water and microwave it. Then to a pan on medium-high heat, add a little bit of oil and add as much of the cabbage as you want. Cabbage is real cheap, so it don't really matter. So then add some soy sauce and some brown sugar and mix that up. That'll be like the stir-fried kind of sauce. And what you're going to want is have some cooked chicken thighs on deck. You want that in your fridge. You want to front all the work. You just want all this stuff ready to go whenever you want. And I added a little bit more cabbage because I needed more greens. And then you're going to take only the noodles from the cup of noodles and incorporate that all into the stir fry. And now you got a well-balanced meal for the low. You got some meat, greens, and noodles. What more could you ask for? Serve with some sriracha, hoisin, whatever, and you're good. And you got a side of soup.
yes,
Chicken thighs, pat it dry both sides. Cut it into 1-inch thick pieces and season with salt and pepper. Dry mix is flour and cornstarch. Season with salt and pepper. Mix it up so there's no patches of cornstarch. Egg wash, egg, salt, pepper, whisk it. Looks like that. Chicken goes into the egg, coat it in flour. Don't miss any part of the chicken. Rinse and repeat for the rest of the chicken. Cut some garlic and ginger, green onion, zest of an orange, and the orange juice. Get the oil hot enough, check with the chopstick, put the chicken in. 2 to 4 minutes each side max, or till golden brown. Take it out and strain the oil. Then go in with garlic, ginger, whites of a green onion, and chili flakes. Then add rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, green onion, zest of an orange, orange juice, a drizzle of sesame oil, and the cornstarch mix. Mix it up until it gets nice and thick like that. Add the chicken to the sauce, mix it up so it's nice like that.
yes,